How's it going, Human Development Lifespan class? My name is Rachel, and I am part of the PLC group of Nature and Physical Cognitive Development. So our team consists of Isabel, Neha, and Sophia, and they will each be introducing themselves and their individual career fields throughout our presentation. So we will be covering the theorist Erik Erikson and the broad topic of psychology and how it plays a major role in each of our career fields and our lifespans. Next slide. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's our mission statement: to create an environment of understanding amongst all levels of cognitive ability in a health setting. Be considerate of patients' abilities to comprehend health matters and find which tactics may be best to help navigate the individual to understand. Build a sense of trust and dependability type of relationship between the patient and the health provider. So since everyone in our group is pursuing a career along the health career field path, we decided to speak on the importance of understanding different cognitive abilities in this setting and how Erik Erikson's stages of development play a huge role in our career paths. Next slide. So like I said, my name is Rachel, and I have chosen the career path of physical therapist assisting. I am currently a physical therapist aide at a clinic in town. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I have witnessed how psychology plays a huge role in the physical therapist assistant to the patient understanding. So if a patient does not understand what their stretches and exercise are doing for their path to rehabilitation, then it could be very detrimental to their goal. So Erik Erikson's stages of development can help us understand the best approach for each patient. Next slide. So our stages of Erik Erikson, we have 8 of them. 3 main portions of it is the stages of childhood, also goes into the stages of adolescence, and then next to the stages of adulthood. So first stage, we have trust and mistrust. This is where you start to learn how to trust individuals. 2, autonomy versus shame and doubt. This is where we can establish self-confidence. 3, initiative versus guilt, where we can learn our basic principles of life. 4, industry versus inferiority. This is where we can discover our own interests. 5, identity versus role confusion. In this stage, people can also have an identity crisis. So stage 6 is intimacy versus isolation. This is where we can understand who we are as a person. Stage 7, generosity and stagnation. This is where we can contribute to society or decide whether we want to or what stance we have. And stage 8 is where we talk about ego, integrity versus despair, where we can look back on our life and see how it all panned out for us in the end. I'm going to go ahead and give it over to Isabel. Thank you.
So I'm Isabel, and my career path is in the healthcare field to pursue ultrasound tech. The direction I want to go in is pediatric sonography. I'm still taking classes and not yet one, but I hope to be sometime next year. In my career, we focus on health and development of our patients, or in this case, children. We keep track of their physical growth and possibly their mental growth by viewing images from their brain through ultrasounds. Children are developing logical explanations and social skills, so it may be easier to communicate with them compared to children during early childhood. As I gain experience, I will meet a variety of children of different ages and will accommodate to their understanding. So we will focus on cognitive understanding and customer service. So psychology plays a huge part in our day-to-day lives. Having the ability to understand others from not only an empathetic standpoint, but also a standpoint of awareness will help to create an environment that others feel welcomed and understood. Some essential questions are group organized were: how are emotions tied into mental health? How and why do people influence our decisions? Not all minds think alike, so what is your approach to this situation? What are some ways to help an individual understand something that you have already explained and they have still unsure about? And lastly, what aspects of Erikson's theories are most important for children or people to understand? I'm going to move on to Neha.
My name is Neha Kumar. I am, my career path is clinical psychologist. I've been in the medical field for over 5 years now, and after switching from business school, I've been working for University of Oklahoma in their health science center in their psychology department for some time now. As a clinical psychologist, my focus will be to provide psychological assessment, diagnosis, health therapy sessions, and case management services. I will be working with patients from all age groups, helping them overcome their issues. Next slide. Students will be able to understand that health literacy happens when providers and patients truly understand one another. The essence of health literacy has to do with mutual understanding. Steps to ensure patient understanding at different levels of ability. Communicate clearly, confirm understanding, be creative, clarify, and question. The conflict at each state of development must be addressed and fully understood. Students will also be able to help us understand the stages as we continue to grow up and for when we have our own kids and family. I will be passing this on to Sophia.
Okay, my name is Sophia, and I want to pursue in the career path of a pediatric nurse. I have been studying to be a pediatric nurse. I've been dreaming of becoming one ever since I was a young girl. I did recently start a program at a care home as a CNA, and I absolutely loved it. Although kids and adults are very different, it truly helped me start to experience the work it takes to even become a nurse. My career path will work with Erickson stages 1 through 4, and I'll use them to the best of my ability when working with children. Next slide. Okay, and then in the real world, psychologists, counselors, and nurses today use the concepts of Erickson stages, providing care for aging students. The most important event at this stage in today's real world is coming to accept one's whole life and reflecting on that life in a positive manner. According to Erickson, achieving a sense of integrity means fully accepting oneself and coming to terms with the death. Accepting responsibility for your life and being able to undo the past and achieve satisfaction with self is essential. The inability to do this results in a feeling of despair. I will pass it back to Neha.
We concluded that people reflect back on the events of their lives and take stock. Those who look back on a life they feel was well lived will feel satisfied and ready to face the end of their lives with a sense of peace. Those who look back and only feel regret will instead feel fearful that their lives will end without accomplishing the things they feel they should have. Understanding the stages of psychological development will benefit them into understanding their personal and professional lives on a deeper level. And that is our conclusion.